Welcome back to Switch to Linux. This is the weekly news roundup and the privacy edition. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to catch the show live, enjoy with everybody on the chat, see it as it happens, see if I blow up in fire or not. You can help support the channel over on switchedtolinux.com/support. We are in the process of some changing. PayPal decided it doesn't want to do business with us anymore, so that's in flux right now, but we will have all of those updated supports there. If you are not getting notifications, I know some of you are, but some of you are not, head on over to any of the social platforms, Twitter, Minds, Gab, Reddit, Mastodon, all those links in the description down below, and I will post over there when we have new videos up. Let's go ahead and dive on into the news. This is first an update. If you guys remember the Weather Channel, which by the way, the Weather Channel is owned by IBM. They were harvesting and collecting all sorts of data to feed Watson, train Watson on your data without telling you about it. Well, Los Angeles files a lawsuit against them. They settled the lawsuit, but lets it keep selling location data to advertisers. So, way to go, Los Angeles. You guys are demonstrating yourselves to be the most stupid and incompetent people I've ever seen in my life. I've been following what's been happening with one of the churches over there in Los Angeles, and it's just been hilarious. They're like, you can't meet. And it turns out that the lawyer went to overturn a court case that Los Angeles said, we have a court order against you. And the judge said, there's no court order here. What are you guys talking about? And so, yeah, that is how incompetent Los Angeles happens to be. They're going to shut off your power if you have a friend over to watch a movie, but Weather Channel can keep harvesting your data and selling it to advertisers and make more money off of you. So if you have Weather Channel on your phone, I would uninstall it. Just get rid of that crap. So, a little fun update. All right. U.S. urges Linux users to secure kernels from new Russian malware threat. I read this. A couple people asked me to include it. I looked at this and said, for the most part, I think this is mostly a non-issue, but I don't know, maybe I'm an ignorant fool. This isn't a bug that as long as you are past Linux kernel 3.7 is not a problem. Now, where this is a challenge is all of those old pieces of IoT devices that you can't upgrade the firmware. You just got to throw them out. Like, I'm guessing that the security cameras I have probably are running a Linux kernel that old. I don't know for sure. I don't know what's on them. Now, I don't connect them to the internet either. They are exclusively on my network. So I think they're pretty safe. But I haven't checked my phone, which is still running a kernel 3 from a Linux kernel 3. But I'm running 3.10, so I should be safe from this. So yes, if you do have something, a server, an IoT device, anything that's running a Linux kernel that is 3.7 or less, you are going to have an issue with it. But really, this was fixed back in March of 13. Unless I'm missing something, but I read several articles on this, and that's what they all seem to say. Again, deeply impacting old IoT devices. Most other things, probably not a huge issue. Even my old version of Android's fairly safe, although it's close. But I don't know if you guys are into the security stuff and you tell me that I'm completely wrong about that. Definitely let me know. All right, the Secret Service buys location data that would otherwise need a warrant. That's exciting. So, of course, we are all running around with our phones and with everyone saying, hey, you got to turn on contact tracing applications. We're going to be getting that into our last section today, where we're looking at some of the dystopia stuff going by, and schools are coming back, and university students are being forced to download and install location tracking apps and keep their Bluetooth and their location services turned on. That more and more companies are harvesting and collecting and storing this data. And so the Secret Service is like, hey, we need some data. Let's see, we can go through the process of getting warrant, or we just go buy it. Let's just go buy it. Now, this is where I believe it is Ron Wyden, one of the senators, I think it was Wyden, introduced a bill that would prevent a government agency from purchasing any type of data that would require a warrant otherwise. And so we're kind of looking into this, but indeed, Secret Service paid about $2 million in 2017 and 18 to Babel Street. Oh, Lordy. What is up with utilizing these evil cities and evil things from like biblical and, fantasy worlds? Planetar, Babel. I mean, you guys realize that Babel is like the city of man, the city of sin. The city of corruption? Why are you guys creating businesses with these names? But anyway, LocateX provides location data harvested and collected from a wide variety of apps. Text site protocol reported. Users can draw a digital fence around an address or area, pinpoint mobile services that were within that area, and see where else those devices have traveled. It's not exciting. Nice little protocols. So basically they're like, hey, we can do the warrant, we can buy the data. Let's just buy the data. We're the government. We basically can write checks on anything. Oh, just call it one more screwdriver, you know? And so that's kind of what's coming on down the pipeline with that. All right. From the Register, oh, what a feeling. New Toyota vehicles are going to upload all of your driving data to AWS, probably an insecure S3 colander, such that everyone hacker in the world is going to be able to get in there and see it and find out it's your car, your address, everything else, and know your entire routes when you're driving there, all this kind of stuff. You know, basically all the information you need to stage a hit. And it's going to take all this data, upload it to AWS to create custom insurance premiums based on driver behavior. Yeah. Give me a 1986 car with the old carburetor that's been rebuilt about 15 times. I might actually be more interested in that than utilizing this. Take Toyota off the list. Connected car vision has been first year for years. Cloudy scale could jump start plans. So basically they're harvesting all of the data. They're sending it up. They're sending all this information up. Now, what I don't know is, are they creating a separate profile? Or are they going to try and sell you the insurance directly like Tesla's doing? Don't buy you the insurance from Tesla. Or is it going to be available to other insurance companies? Either one of these, kind of frightening. Guys, I don't want my car connected to the internet at all, okay? We don't need over-the-air updates because we do not need internet-connected cars. Done. Okay? Done. That's pretty much the case there. Let's go and talk about our affiliate link for the day, ExpressVPN. If you are in need of a VPN, definitely check out ExpressVPN. Keep yourself hidden a little bit, you know. Maybe if I'm checking my PayPal account for my other business sometime soon, I might use this. I don't know I'm the same guy. I don't know. But anyway, utilizing a VPN can keep you safe if you're working from a coffee shop or if you need to get around geolocations or things like that. If you need one of those, use my link, tlm.li/EV. That is a great way to help support the channel. All right, and on to our last couple of stories here. Facebook and other sites manipulate your privacy choices. They're just like little manipulative beings. So they started out, or if you guys remember when Facebook first started out, they're like, everything's private unless you make it public. Now everything's public unless you make it private. Only about half the stuff you can't make private anymore. So what they're going to do is they're going to use what are called dark patterns to nudge you towards giving away more of your data. So what they're going to be doing is 2010 Electronic Frontier Foundation was fed up with Facebook's pushy interface. So basically what they're talking about, they call it privacy zuckering. I actually liked face baiting or the Zucker punch better, personally. Zucker mining's not too bad. I think that privacy zuckering is probably the worst name they could have given it. But what the idea here is to change things in the interface, declare you are in control, and then keep on giving you like if you change a setting, are you sure you want to change that setting? You won't get as personalized of an experience. If you're like, oh, I do want a personalized experience, let me go ahead and click the button. I'm going to keep the personalized experience because I need that personalized experience. And so what they did is they slowly trained people into opening up more of their lives. This is what they've been doing. Facebook was doing it. Twitter's doing it, of course, now. So you're seeing all of these things, and a lot of these social media companies are going through and doing this where they're just kind of pushing us along until we actually come up with the exact model they want us to have, which is nearly everything is public, or at least nearly everything can be viewable by them and searchable by them so they can give you a better user experience. Note, whenever anyone wants to collect data to give you a better user experience, run for the hills. They're harvesting more data from you. All right, now on to what we're talking about here with Facebook engages in Project Takeover. No, it's not the official name of anything, at least not that I know of. At least not that I know of. But what they're trying to do is they're taking all of these properties. Remember that Facebook has Oculus VR. Facebook owns Instagram. They own a lot of these other companies, and they keep on buying up companies. And part of the agreements to buy these up, like in Instagram, a major part of buying up Instagram was we will not combine this data. Well, guess what? They're combining the data. Isn't this exciting? So Facebookening of Oculus VR becomes more pronounced starting in October. So they're going to be pushing out some updates, and what they're going to be doing is you are required to either use a Facebook account or link your Facebook account to an Oculus account in order to continue using the service. So they basically want to tie all this data into their central hub, which is Facebook. So they have Facebook, their giant central hub. Think of it like the big pulsating brain that's like, feed me. It's like the plant Aubrey, right, on Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me, Seymour. And it's just sitting over here. And so they have to keep on buying up these companies. So they're buying up Oculus. They're buying up Instagram. All of these little companies are buying up. Lenovo, they bought that one up. And then they're just slowly feeding all this data back in. That is the Project Takeover, where nearly every service we are going to have is going to be tied into a main Facebook account on the main Facebook servers. That is what they are looking to do. So your use of VR or other projects, they say here, the Oculus official announcement begins by trumpeting how this change will improve the VR experience. Hence, we're going to improve the experience. We'll improve the VR experience, and it concludes with the exact kind of information sharing, tracker-heavy deluge that many Facebook critics fear. Quote, when you log into Oculus using your Facebook account, Facebook will use information related to your use of VR and other Facebook products to provide and improve your experience. This information is also used to show you personalized content, including ads. For example, we might show you recommendations for Oculus events you might like the Democratic National Convention. And ads about Facebook apps and technology, or ads from developers and their VR apps, or the Republican National Convention. Ooh, which one's it going to show us? I don't know. But anyway, so which one's worse? I don't know. So yeah, they're trying to link all this data together. So you're going to need to do this. You're going to need to go ahead and tie your Oculus into that. And of course, they are doing the same with Instagram. The very same thing. There was a condition not to do as part of the sale. Facebook begins merging Instagram and Messenger chats in the new update. You might see this pop up. Hey, there's a new way to message on Instagram. It's using Facebook. New colorful look for your chats. Oh, colorful looks. It's like a unicorn went all over the place. New colorful looks. Oh, colorful looks. Are we a society of infants? Guys, read Brave New World if you haven't read it lately. Literally, their plan is to keep people in a perpetual state of infanthood. Of course, what's going on with the COVID dystopia is 1984, so we are now living in a world where we are 1984 into the Brave New World, intermingled and intertwined, and we're just basically locking ourselves into total fear, keeping ourselves happy with our little masks on, and saying, help me, New World Order, help me. And that's insane. So we need beautiful new colored looks. Oh, you can react with emojis. Emojis. All right. Oh, you can swipe to reply to messages. Oh, Lord, you can chat with friends who use Facebook. More about privacy. Go to that page. Ha ha ha, there is no privacy. You've been zucked. So, yeah, anyway, that is the Facebook engaging in Project Takeover, guys. That is what they're doing. They are absolutely trying to take over what they are doing. So let me know your thoughts to these and the other articles in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. Unless I've totally offended you, then you don't have to watch another video. But if you want to come on back, hear this raving lunatic again, go ahead and hit that button. And we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.